Hello everyone, welcome back to the new video. In this video, we will again go through one more SQL question. So, as I will go through the question, I will write down the points that they are asking so that it's easy later on to write our query. So, in this question, we have to calculate the average user session time, and a session is defined as the time difference between the page load and page exit. So, page underscore load and page underscore exit, and for simplicity we have to assume that a user has only one session per day, and if there are multiple of the same event on that day, we just have to consider the latest page load and the earliest page exit. Okay, latest page load, that means max of page load, and earliest of the page exit, that means minimum of page exit, with an obvious restriction that the load time event should happen before the exit time event. Okay, so it means it's opposite, like we have to differentiate between page exit and page load. So we have to output the user ID and the average session time. Okay, so we have to output user underscore ID and average session time. So here is the table. So there is only one table in which we have three columns: user ID, date, login, and action, in which action defines all the action that they have taken on that particular date time for that particular user. Okay, so we have to calculate the maximum of page load and minimum of page exit for each user for each day. Okay, so for that what we can do is we can start writing a temp table. So with CTES, what we have to do is select user underscore ID, comma, we have to get it for each date. So for that we have to get the date part. For that I will use the date trunk function, in which I will fetch the day, and for date underscore login I will name as dt, and then I am getting the minimum of date underscore login as time of exit from Facebook weblog, where action is equal to page underscore exit, and I will group it by 1, 2. Let's see our output for this. Okay, so for this user on this date, this is the minimum time. Okay, got it. Same way we will write it for the page load also. What I will do is I will just copy paste this query here, but in this, instead of page exit I will do the page load, and instead of min I will do the max, and it will return with the maximum of that. Okay, in the end we have to use the both the temp tables. For that I will use select of CTE dot user underscore ID, comma, we have to get the difference, so I will use the date diff in second between t underscore open. Okay, so wait a second, this is t open, and t underscore exit as average underscore time. So we have to get the average for the difference, so I will use the average function on top of this. So this will give me the average, and we are using the temp tables, so I will join them together on CTE dot user underscore ID is equal to CTE1 dot user underscore ID, and CTE dot dt is equal to CTE1 dot dt, and I will, because we are using aggregating function, so I will group it by user. Okay, let's run our final query. Yeah, so for user 0, the average time is 1883 between those two actions, and for user 1 average time is 35 seconds. So yeah, this is, I guess, the easiest and quickest way of doing it. But there is like when I was writing the query or solving it, there is one more option of solving it that I thought, so let me try to do it here. So what I can do first is I will write a temp table with min underscore max as, in this I will select the user underscore id, and for that I will use the date for date underscore login as dt, comma, here I will use the case statements. Case when action is equal to page underscore load, then date underscore login, and when it is page underscore load, and I will use the min when action is equal to page underscore exit, then date underscore login, and as page underscore exit from Facebook weblog, and then again I will group it by 1, 2, and then from this I will select the average difference. Select user underscore id, comma, I will use the same thing, this one here, instead of t open it is pg underscore load, and here it is pg underscore exit as avg underscore time from min max group by 1. Okay, so let me just run this for now. Okay, here null is coming, so I have to add one more statement, having average underscore time is not null. Okay, now let's run this and see. Okay, yeah, so we got the same output from both the queries. So yeah, so the first query that I wrote is the first attempt that I did for that question, and second one is after spending some time on it and thinking on it. So it depends on you, which one do you prefer. I always prefer to have like temp tables because it's easy to structure, easy to understand, and easy to explain. But yeah, hope you find this question interesting like I did and you learned something new. Thank you, have a good day, see you later, bye.